coast between Livorno in the north and the peninsula of Monte Argentario in the south is called Maremma. However, when it comes to wine, this term is confined geographically to the province of Grosseto, which lies at the southern end of Tuscany. The special climate here has attracted wine growers, and they have invested on a grand scale to operate viticulture in these soils. Among them is a wine-growing family, Moris, who have been natives in this region for almost 3 centuries. Gualtier Luigi Moris acquired Poggio La Mozza in 1971. He deployed his son-in-law, Adolfo Parentini, and gave him free rein to vinify the first-class wine products of Morellino di Scansano appellation. Because quality begins in the vineyard, he's often to be found there with his experienced team. His know-how is in demand more than ever, so over the decades, a quality-oriented estate has developed that is able to produce top wines. In order to vinify quality wines from healthy grapes, experience and expertise is one thing, modern winemaking infrastructure is another. Morisfarms has both. The way from the grapes to a wine that can keep up qualitatively on the international stage and receive high awards is long and demands meticulous quality controls. And Morisfarms is responsible for this. The stylistics, the characteristic expression, but also the play between the structural elements are tested, rated, and finally appraised. Only the best creates a quality wine. Tuscany has been a cultivated environment since time memorial. Olive oil and grains form the basis of the food here. The long Mediterranean summer is dry and very warm, though seldom hot. The soils are barren and stony. However, in Mediterranean regions, poverty has always been regarded as another form of wealth. The Italians invented pasta, and since then, no one can dispute the preparation done by hand with much love, as well as the recipes which were handed down from generation to generation. Pasta forms the heart of the Italian cooking, known and appreciated worldwide today. Italianità is the name for the culture of enjoying authentic dishes and choice wines in the relaxed company of family or friends. To this belongs a fitting wine from Morisfarms. Since 1979, I've been at home in Maremma. I recognized the high potential for quality wine growing immediately. However, starting up was difficult, as a certain skepticism prevailed among many experts. They didn't believe it. Primarily because the proximity of the maritime influence could have a negative effect on the grapes. In reality, this wasn't so. Rather, the opposite occurred. In this mild climate, marked by high solar intensity and a fresh Mediterranean breeze, we produce wines with an accessible and velvety character that enjoy wide popular appeal. Under the direction of Adolfo Parentini, and thanks to the wise foresight of the enologist Attilio Pagli, many innovations were introduced. First of all, the single vineyard concept, where parcels were planted with only one grape variety, has to be mentioned. Then the green harvest was adopted, a novelty. Introduction of temperature-controlled fermentation of the white wines was introduced long before this became common practice in the region. And last but not least, he brought the varietal Syrah to the region. For all this, an understanding of quality was needed that only a few possessed. Accordingly, the wines present themselves in the tasting, expressive and characteristic. Massa Marittima was settled already in Etruscan and Roman times. The wealth came from mining. With it came the construction of monumental buildings, which today are high-ranking tourist attractions. The Piazza Garibaldi, with the Massa Marittima Cathedral, are at the heart of the old town, which to a large extent is still intact. Halfway between ancient Massa Marittima and the Tyrrhenian Sea stands Tenuta Poggetti, where the Moris family began. The wine estate crowns a hill, Poggio alla Voltare, with its steeply sloping vineyards that produce grapes for the premium wine of the same name. The only requirement for it is the healthy grapes, which, following the old tradition, are hand-picked. Morisfarms also wants certainty here and doesn't leave quality to chance. But Morisfarms is much more than just a qualitative, high-standing wine estate of international repute. Morisfarms reflects the Moris family's philosophy of life as they practice it daily and express its many facets. Agriturismo of the highest order, for example at Santa Laura, one of the 4 guest houses where unforgettable moments of rest and well-being can be experienced. Morisfarms offers this as well. For both the interested friend of wine and sophisticated wine connoisseur, Morisfarms provides a perfect opportunity to develop a comprehensive view of wine quality. The exchange over the wines during tasting, often accompanied and commented on by family members of both generations, leaves a lasting impression. One listens, enjoys, and comes a bit further. It was in his youth, in the middle of the 1930s, that Gualtier Luigi Moris laid the foundation stone for the worldwide publicity Morisfarms enjoys today. Little of what can be seen, experienced and enjoyed today was there. The family invested a great deal of time and energy, and they weren't afraid to take risks in order to make Morisfarms a jewel. In doing so, values such as family, community and enjoyment were upheld and passed down from generation to generation. Maremma has already demonstrated its excellent wines. The family business Morisfarms belongs to those that are tapping this potential.